My grandmother, Rosalind Einhorn, was born exactly 52 years before I was, on August 28, 1917. Like many poor Jewish families in the boroughs of New York City, hers lived in a small, crowded apartment close to their relatives. Her parents, aunts, and uncles addressed her male cousins by their given names, but she and her sister were referred to only as Girlie. During the Depression, my grandmother was pulled out of Morris High School to help support the household by sewing fabric flowers onto undergarments that her mother could resell for a tiny profit. No one in the community would have considered taking a boy out of school. A boy's education was the family's hope to move up the financial and social ladder. Education for girls, however, was less important both financially, since they were unlikely to contribute to the family's income, and culturally, since boys were expected to study the Torah while girls were expected to run a proper home. Luckily for my grandmother, a local teacher insisted that her parents put her back into school. She went on not only to finish high school, but to graduate from UC Berkeley. After college, Girlie worked selling pocketbooks and accessories at David's Fifth Avenue. When she left her job to marry my grandfather, family legend has it that David's had to hire 4 people to replace her. Years later, when my grandfather's paint business was struggling, she jumped in and took some of the hard steps he was reluctant to take, helping to save the family from financial ruin. She displayed her business acumen again in her 40s. After being diagnosed with breast cancer, she beat it and then dedicated herself to raising money for the clinic that treated her by selling knockoff watches out of the trunk of her car. Girlie ended up with a profit margin that Apple would envy. I have never met anyone with more energy and determination than my grandmother. When Warren Buffett talks about competing against only half of the population, I think about her and wonder how different her life might have been if she had been born half a century later. When my grandmother had children of her own, my mother and her 2 brothers, she emphasized education for all of them. My mother attended the University of Pennsylvania, where classes were co-ed. When she graduated in 1965 with a degree in French literature, she surveyed a workforce that she believed consisted of 2 career options for women: teaching or nursing. She chose teaching. She began a PhD program, got married, and then dropped out when she became pregnant with me. It was thought to be a sign of weakness if a husband needed his wife's help to support their family. So my mother became a stay-at-home parent and an active volunteer. The centuries-old division of labor stood. Even though I grew up in a traditional home, my parents had the same expectations for me, my sister, and my brother. All 3 of us were encouraged to excel in school, do equal chores, and engage in extracurricular activities. We were all supposed to be athletic, too. My brother and sister joined sports teams, but I was the kid who got picked last in gym. Despite my athletic shortcomings, I was raised to believe that girls could do anything boys could do, and that all career paths were open to me.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.